I've had a few drinks.
I'm going to hand you back to the best man I've ever had. It's the one and only, and currently single, ladies. Maybe you could do a bet on that. Thomas Taff.
I've had a few drinks. Well, good afternoon, everyone, or evening. I don't know what it is. And welcome to Deck and Dee's wedding. For those of you who don't know me by now, which hopefully is nobody, I'm Deck's best man. Apparently today, anyway, I have to make a speech. And if you'd asked Deck when he asked me to be his best man, he'd say I was speechless. And actually, nothing's changed since then. Please thank God for that. You'll probably have noticed by now that I've only planned my speech about 2 minutes ago, so I won't go on much longer than that. Deck and Dee and choosing such a wonderful event tonight. Geez, that a Tipperary accent there, is it? Or a Dublin one? From my... Oh, oops. I was just extremely glad that I could accommodate this tonight. I was extremely glad that... Oh, gee, I just have to repeat myself there now. Because to be fair, I do have a hectic schedule of public lectures even, and after dinner speeches. You wouldn't have guessed by now. But, is everyone laughing yet, are they? Now, to be serious now, come on. On behalf of the bridesmaids, I would like to thank Deck and his kind words. I think everyone would agree that they look absolutely fabulous tonight. And indeed, I look forward to thanking them in my own special way later on. I fooled you early on, didn't I? Well, I've had the pleasure of knowing Deck since I was 5 years old, but I moved to London 16 years ago. Over the years, we've had many good times. I'd love to tell you about some of them. Jesus Christ, these lines. I've heard the romantic stories of Deck and Dee when they first met, but I'd like to recount the true story about it. Jeez, I sound good in this. You'll have heard of the stories of OK and Hello, about the celebrity couples when they first met in Barbados, Las Vegas, and Hawaii. But none would compare to the romantic setting of Griffin Park, the home of Brentford FC. Wow. Well, I'll tell you what, for several years, well, not several years, several days even, after this meeting, we didn't believe Deck about when he met his young lady at Brentford. From first-hand experience, I can guarantee you, you don't meet anyone down there. Never mind a fine filly from Avoca. It was not until the following Sunday when myself and Deck left 10:30 Mass to adjourn to our local temple, the Bird in Hand, for a few points. that Dex actually confessed to me that he had actually met a girl from the ladies' Brentford football team. And God, she could play football. Namely, Deirdre Cusher O'Neill, apparently. After several hours worshipping, as you do, Declan decided to organise a night out and actually phoned Deirdre at the Players' Bar. Someone just have to cut that off. And, geez, I'm making the right bollocks of this so far. Well, I must admit, Declan only organised to meet up with her to nice to see they worked out tonight. She hasn't spilled anything over her dress yet. Having only met Dec once though, she did have the measure of him. Jesus, you must be bored by now, are you? And she decided to have her own wine tasting time down in Dean Avenue before she met Declan for a training session. Well, I'll tell you one thing, lads and girls, the speech is going to get good now after this. I'm just going to read after this. The relationship blossomed from this moment. Soon after Dec introduced Dee to all of us, it became quite apparent that Dee complimented Dec in every way. And will you think I agree? Yeah. But ladies and gentlemen, experience in these matters could point to several points even. Well now, there's only 3 of them, to be fair, and one of them is the green bag. I thought I'd get a cheer from the back table, but never mind. A legendary symbol in West London for impending doom. Any man wandering the streets of London on a Thursday evening with a green bag in hand is destined to be single. Now, number 2, which I might even get a laugh out of this, is the haircut. The time came in the relationship when Dee had decided that Dec was her man. Jeez, I don't sound good in this microphone at all. The time for preventative measures. Jesus. That Dec would be no longer attractive to the opposite sex. Never that he was anyway, but never mind. So at this point, Dec obviously gave his notice in to his barber at Greenford. They got a close bond with for the last 10 years. On his last 2 visits, obviously. Oh, God. Instead, he engaged the services of Fidel O'Neill, who proceeded to create the hedgehog with, I'll tell you, wait for this, alopecia look. Jesus. Probably, personally, you can still hear me, sorry. Personally, I think this is an overreaction to a minor problem. Jesus. Well, anyway, I've got another 5 minutes to go yet, so you won't be happy. Have a board yet? Jesus, that table down in the corner down there, very quiet. Because I'm in trouble now. Okay then, the final thing I have to say about tonight is the in-laws. Jesus. The in-laws, we know all about them, don't we? The in-laws. A moment of truth came to spend some quality time with them, as you do. Okay? the true barometer of the relationship. Now, I have to admit, Dec was a bit nervous about this, so he did decide to bring 10 of us along with him. He's never overconfident. However, he wasn't that confident, and that came through with flying colours. Jesus. Well, lads, I'm going to let you go here now. Because I've made a total bollocks of this fucking speech. But can I get one thing in, though? No, I'll tell you. Can I say one thing? Durham gave me a hand with this. And he's coming down in flames with me. But can I say one thing, though, because there's nothing true that I've written down before, but I'll tell you, it is now. Since the fateful day 18 months ago, I've heard nothing about weddings. I'll tell you one thing, a best man's job is never done. Flowers, dresses, place cards, it's never ending. But I would like to give a bit of thanks to Teresa and Frida. Whoops, I got the wrong way around. But I think they might still dance with me. Well, to conclude, on a serious note though, folks, come on. I know you never heard a better best man speech. To conclude, on a serious note though, you've heard a lot of words spoken tonight. And a lot of shit words spoken tonight. No, but Jesus. But honestly, I'll tell you, I can't believe I let my dinner go cold around and speak to you lot. But I must admit, Dec and Dee, for the last few years, well, Dec for the last 16, because I said that in the start of the speech, it's been okay. But Dee, you've become an even better friend than Dec, believe it or not. But I think the most telling word today, spoken or read, is today, Declan and Deirdre married their best friend. So folks, could you charge your glasses? And propose a toast to Declan and Deirdre McGrath. I'm not finished yet. I'll tell you. Okay, who was he? He obviously didn't win the sweep. Well, folks, all I got to say now is drink lots and dance. So see you later. You're the lucky winner. And I'll have to sit with you for the rest of the night, but apparently.
George is on the B&B owners, isn't it? George Burns.
George at table 11.
Hi, George, where are you? George. And Brian, can we get the official time on that, please?
Officially, 14 minutes, 14 seconds, .75.
God. Brian, it only seemed like about 2 minutes.
You say it best when you say nothing at all.